Yo! So here I am testing out this new setup. I realize my videos are real crappy looking. The thing is, it's not that I don't know how to do it, I just don't care. No, it's all good. Look, I got this new camera here. It's the AverMedia PW513 shooting the pedalboard. A lot of rave reviews, and I've spent a lot of time tweaking the settings. I've got a softbox light bouncing off something. I've got another non-softboxed LED panel, and there's a lot of light on this pedalboard, and I still feel like I'm seeing some dancing noise in the black. So I don't really know if this camera's that great, but whatever, it's working. I think it's an improvement over my previous video quality. I've got the picture-in-picture here with the Logitech webcam, and that being a small picture-in-picture, I think it looks all right. But so I'll continue to try to improve this. I got a mic here for a condenser mic for my blabbing, and I've got the output from the GT-1000CORE via USB, although I had to put some stuff under it to lift it up until my adapter comes tomorrow from Amazon to make it like a right angle, because this cable here, you can't really see it in the shot, but the USB jack on the GT-1000 is located so low that this lip of the pedal board wouldn't let the cable pass, so I got some stuff under it to lift it up kind of. Anyway, so let's see where I'm at now. I've been adjusting my settings a bit more on this pedal board. So here we go. My signature licks, you know. So right here, this is the clean sound. Now that's a Fromel modified CE2, so the minimum settings are going to be the same, but the maximum settings will be greater. You can get faster rate and crazier depth. Let's check it out. Whoa! Let's see. All right, let me try this setting. So Seymour Duncan pickups. These are some, I think they're STK4, I already forgot. They're stack hum cancelers. So I got hum canceling, both of them in hum canceling mode in parallel. This is this one with the bottom coil turned off in conjunction with this pickup, which is a north and south polarity pair, whatever you call it. So it's a hum canceling pair. And it's kind of like a Telecaster, middle setting. And then this is also this one hum canceling turned off, or the separate coil, the bottom coil turned off, also in combo with this for like a Strat position. And then this is just this Screamin' Demon in series. Real quick, Screamin' Demon. Then these two. And these two outside. And then these two. This isn't the exact right way to demo these. You'll hear some more tones later. And the neck. I do like how they are very noise-free. When I play true singles, they're just so noisy through my setup. And this setting here is... It's very stratty. Let's switch over to my slight overdrive. I mean, I think it sounds stratty enough. Anyway, this is all about the pedal board, though. Check my tuning real quick. Whoop. What you doing, G string? A little flat. This here is a Floyd Rose Special that come on these. This is a Player Series made in Mexico body from, I think I got it from Stratosphere Parts, and this is one of those roasted maple aftermarket made in Mexico Fender necks. I don't know that these actually come on any guitars. This one is a thin oval profile with jumbo frets, and I had a Floyd Rose nut shelf routed into it. It's a parts caster. But this bridge came with it, and all I did was I swapped the block to a brass block, normal size, instead of that zinc kind of whatever that block is that comes on the Special, and I put the Floyd Rose push-in style arm. All this is a micro tilt adjust hole right here, but I have it all the way off. And so this bridge is sunken real far down into the body. And I also have metal inserts instead of wood screws. I'm using the 4 steel bolts. And then it's got the classic style. I forget what they're called. Classic. Oh, I can't get it. I'm new to this. Multiple camera angles here. Classic. Shit, how am I going to get these in the shot? These tuners. They look like vintage style tuners, but there's no screws holding them in. They have the 2 little studs, like the standard Fender thing. I forgot what they're called. Classic something tuners. But anywho, and I already told you about the Seymour Duncan pickups. So that's how this is going. Anywho, so first sound, number 1, is clean. I like my 80s clean with a lot of chorus. But I got current number function, turns off the loop in which is this chorus on the GT-1000CORE, turns off that loop and turns on, you can see the loop 1 light come on, the phaser. So on one preset I have either chorus or phase 95. Now if I want no chorus, I just reach over here and do that. Right now I don't have any other way to, if I just want, you know. And what this is, let's see, we've got effects 1 is on, which is a compressor. It's on the mild compressor mode. Sustain on 95, which is fairly high, but it is the mild compressor. Level at 38, attack at 100, and tone at plus 25. Let me turn it off. Here is it off. So here's it on. It's kind of doing a lot. These are a little bit lower output pickups compared to some of the like heavy metal type pickups, so it helps with that. And then that's all that this is doing, noise gate and that compressor. Then we go into here and we've got the loop that has the chorus, the loop that has the Moore radar impulse response thing is turned off because I only use that with heavy gain stuff from the 5150 overdrive. And then I'm using the twin, the twin model on the GT-1000. And I have it on a stomp box. You see all this white surrounding the text? That means it's a stomp box. So if I load that same stomp box in other presets and I adjust the knobs, they'll adjust automatically in all the presets. So I'm almost treating it like I have a Fender Twin sitting on the stage, you know, and I can just reach over and change the settings, and it'll stick for any preset in which I'm using that clean amp stomp box. But right now this is the only one I'm using it for. So that's preset 1. Of course, you can always turn the wah. And then preset deuce. That is, again, compression, but it's a little different. It's the decomp, which is like a Dynacomp. I wanted more of an obvious. That doesn't, to me, it doesn't sound like exactly like a true MXR Dynacomp. I've got this. I like this one, the Dynacomp Deluxe, because you can blend in some direct sound. On the GT-1000CORE, you can actually blend in the direct. On the the MS-3, it doesn't let you do that. But I do like this one a whole lot. But you know, there's just not room on the pedal board for everything. And in combination with the other stuff, it doesn't matter too much. I also have this one. Thanks to Jack Wagner, sold me this one for a good deal. This is the bass compressor. Sorry, the lights are washing it out. I haven't solved every lighting issue yet. This is also available as the studio compressor with black paint and I think different knobs, but they're the same circuit inside from MXR. And I like this one a lot. It's got this little VU meter thing on it. And this one gets ultra squishy for that like studio compressor sound. So I might try to squeeze this on the board. I've got a custom cable I'm going to make 5-pin DIN to the 1/8 inch TRS that has a low profile connector. So I can squeeze these down. I might be able to fit another compressor on there or something. But I don't want to get it too complex. I'm really liking not having too many things on this board. Anyway, so this is that sound. That's the neck pickup. And it's good for on the bridge pickup. Kind of like more country-esque playing, or maybe here where it's these two. And this one I've got a bit going on. So if I touch the current num, whatever, you know, I get a nice tremolo, and that is tap tempo. So they're eighth notes to whatever this is blinking. I have it set to. So this thing's a little funky because it's got stuff under it propping it up. But now another thing I've got going on here, the expression pedal is assigned to reverb level and also reverb size. So the default, the lowest is not off and smallest. It's, you can hear the reverb, the spring reverb from the GT-1000CORE. And you hear like it's big, and it's supposed to be deliberately huge. Now let's try it with the trem and the reverb. I don't think that's exactly dialed in fully how I want it to be yet, but I like the control idea anyway. Next preset. Here's what I'm still tweaking also. Now this, I believe, has just loop 3. So there's, I don't even think, yeah, the noise gate's on in here. It's actually have it turned off on the 5150. So loop 3, which is this bell and the 5150 together. And I use this Wampler bell. It's sort of a update, and it's not exactly a copy, but it's like a modified update of the Nobels, the classic overdrive that's popular in Nashville. But this one has a nice low-end control which precedes its clipping stage. I have that turned all the way off. And oh, no, I didn't. I had it almost all the way off. There we go. I'm using it as like a tightener, just to tighten the, I discussed this previously. It just makes it a little sharp. And so that's the distortion. And on here, there's nothing going on except for the loop number 2, which is this LaRue radar. Here, I'll turn this off. God awful. That's just the sound straight out of there with nothing else. The LaRue radar has power amp simulator, microphone, cabinet, and EQ. So this is really acting more like a preamp. And I feel it is kind of a preamp style overdrive. It's more of a distortion than an overdrive. And then current num turns on, loop 2, chorus. Now I associate chorus on top of high gain with some, well, Van Halen did some stuff. I think, was it Pretty Woman or something, had that MXR chorus, like rack mount chorus or whatever, but I associate it more with Judas Priest. Some of their sounds will have that, or Boston. Of course, that's the Tom Scholz analog chorus he was using, but... And then the next is my lead preset. Now, normally, in a live setting with a band, which, that anyhow, anyway, I'm antisocial, but I'm pro-solitude. But let's say I was stuck playing with the band at some point. I always love to have my lead preset with a clean boost after all of the gain, just to up the level, because the sound man is never going to catch the solos. You don't know where they are, and you don't care, you know what I'm saying, unless it's your own fella or lady that you've hired to do sound for you. Great. But generally, I always boost the solos. And so I don't have that going on here since I'm just all for playing by myself. But I would, on the GT-1000CORE, after all the loops, I'd have just like a little bit of a boost. And I'd achieve that not by adjusting the patch level, but probably by adding an EQ block with the EQ set flat, set to a stomp box preset, and I'd adjust the volume that way. Say you're at a live gig, you want to set your your boost volume for any of your boosted sounds, and you can assign it to a knob, and then it's going to update all the patches. And when I'm using analog pedals, I'll use something like this, which is the I love this brand, Mosky. As I've said before, I've got two cats. One's named Mo, and the other one's named Oski. So it's just kind of like, I feel like it's named after my kitties. This thing is hella dusty. Hold up, y'all. You know what I'm saying? I always have a paintbrush ready. Hold on, let me get this over the trash can. Ugh, I cannot abide by dust. But I love the color on this sound. I love how cheap these are, both in their quality and in their design. But it sounds fine. This is supposedly a copy of a I think it was of a Wampler whatever you call it, or Decibel Plus or whatever. This is called you think it would be called the DEC, but it's short for decibel, so I don't know if you pronounce that des. Anyway, it's just a clean boost. And what I like here is all the way off is like unity gain. So it's not cut or boost, it's only boost. So that it just helps me keep track of, okay, I'm going to boost it a little. But I like this when I'm doing an analog pedal setup with, like, say, a loop switcher. This is just my clean boost after all of the drives, before the time domain stuff, reverb and delay. This will just be my solos. And if my solos are sounding too loud, I just turn it down, or solos are sounding too loud, please. But let's just say, hypothetically, I could just turn this down or turn it up or whatever. Yeah, I mean, and this, and it's sort of like whatever combination of pedals I'm using for my, and if it's a lead sound, it's always going to be that level, like a lead channel on an amp or something. So I kind of like that, and you can replicate that functionality with the stomp box presets in the GT-1000CORE. You know, you set one setting, and then any preset that's using that boost or that stomp box preset will. Any patch that's using the stomp box preset will also update. So I would add that, but right now I don't have it on. Let's check the preset out. Lot of ambience there. That's reverb and tap tempo delay. In a previous low quality video, I showed that, I'll just go to it real quick, that the delay is actually a natural distortion block with the drive set real low, just to give it kind of a crappier lo-fi sound, and then and it's on its own separate branch of a divider, so that distortion block is not affecting the direct sound, only what's feeding the delay. Then the delay, which is a tape delay that I have set only to the first head, so it's just going to be, it's not going to be like a weird rhythmic pattern of delays if multiple heads were activated. Then it goes into a vibrato. I'll speed that up so you can see what it's doing. It's wiggling the output. Yeah, it's a little faster than I had it, and I like that better. I'm going to save it. And I like that, like, modulated delay, that rather than sounding chorusy, I use a vibrato, because a lot of the modulation built into those settings on the models on the Boss, not all of them, but a lot of them sound like a chorus. And I prefer if it sounded more like a vibrato. In other words, no unmodulated signal mixed against it for the chorus effect. And that here on, this is the Carbon Copy Deluxe, and I'm sort of trying to emulate this, but a little bit clearer. This does have a bright switch, but even in the bright mode, it's a very dark kind of delay, and then with bright on, it almost seems like a mid boost or something. But I think this delay sounds cool if you want to go old school and put it before the amp and even before gain, because it's so dark, it kind of doesn't get too nasty going into overdrive. Normally, you know, with high gain, we are told to put the delays after it, but which is what I'm doing on the pedal board. But this has a real cool modulation, though, and you can, unlike the smaller ones where you can just turn it on or off, there's a speed and width control. And I think this one actually gets a bit wider. I wish the GT-1000 would actually have a wider vibrato. like more pitch change, you know. I could string 2 vibrato blocks right after each other, linked to the same tempo, or linked to the same stomp box or whatever, and so that it would increase the depth, you know, because there'd be 2 of them. But for now, that's acceptable. That's pretty much it. So I can get straight up clean with a little reverb and compressor, the chorus, the phaser, and then, oh yeah, on the distortion, on the lead, I can also turn on the phaser if I tap it again, the current number. Woo, that's that.